Hi guys, Daz here with another of my comic book alerts, and this time it is my favourite kind, one of my specials. This is Daz's Hot Comic Book Alerts. This is episode 105. Firing them out today, absolutely hitting it hard. It's going to take a little while, but it's a fun one. Stay with it. What have I got for you? Because you know the score. News waits for no man. In addition to the Batman and Suicide Squad 2 films, Warner Bros. Has slotted in another DC Comics inspired feature into its 2021 diary. DC Super Pets. Hailing from directors Jared Stern and Sam Levine and producer Patty Hicks, is based on the kids' comic series about a group of superhero pets like Crypto and the Bat-Hound, teaming up to fight crime. The film, believed to be animated, will open on May the 21st, 2021. Warner Brothers has had success with fellow superhero teen features like Teen Titans Go to the movies last year, which pulled in more than 10 million in its opening weekend. So, from what I gather, the DC Super Pets film is going to be based on the Legion of Super Pets. Let's go and delve a little bit deeper, guys. The Legion of Super Pets were a team of super-powered pets. Members included Crypto the Super Dog and Streaky the Super Cat. Sounds pretty good to me. Well, the Legion of Super Pets first debuted in a Silver Age comic. So a lot of these books I'm going to show you are from the Silver Age. Some are way out of reach, but some are achievable and affordable. The first appearance of the Legion of Super Pets, guys, like I said, a comic from 1962. It was an Adventure Comics comic. And this is the book in question. Adventure Comics, issue 293, the first appearance of the Legion of Super Pets. Like I said, the reports are coming that the DC Super Pets animated film will be based on the Legion of Super Pets. So, who were the members of the Legion of Super Pets? First up, of course, we have the big fella, Crypto, the super dog. And Crypto was originally Baby Kal-El's dog while they were on Krypton. And Jor-El's testing prototypes for the rocket that would eventually send Kal-El to Earth, decided to use Crypto as a test subject. However, Crypto's rocket was knocked off course, and the rocket drifted through space for years until it eventually landed on Earth, where Crypto was reunited with the now teenage superhero Superboy. Due to the environment of Earth's yellow sun and lower gravity, Crypto possessed the same powers and abilities as his master, although his physical abilities were proportionate to his smaller size and species, similar to an ordinary dog versus a human. Certain sensory abilities of Crypto's senses of smell and hearing would be more acute than those of Superman, just as an ordinary dog's senses would be more acute to those of an ordinary human. Crypto also had super canine intelligence, approximately human level, though with his canine traits and interests still present. When fighting crime, Crypto usually wore a gold collar, a miniature facsimile of the famed Superman S symbol for a dog tag, and a dog-sized version of Superman's cape. When not accompanying Superboy and Superman, Crypto spent much of his time romping through space while on Earth. However, he stayed with the Kent family, posing as their pet dog, Skip. And in that identity, his guardians applied a brown dye patch on his back for disguise, which Crypto could burn off with his heat vision when he went into costume. Crypto had the distinction of belonging to not one but two organizations of super animals, the 30th Century Legion of Super Pets and the Space Canine Patrol Agency. I've actually watched a Crypto cartoon with my boys. Pretty good fun. So, the first appearance of Crypto the Super Dog is an insanely priced book, but it's good history lesson if nothing more. And this book is from 1955. There is only currently on eBay a CGC 5.5, and they are asking £5,351 or $6,995. Here's the booking question, guys. This is Adventure Comics issue 210, the first appearance of Crypto the Superdog. Up next in our lineup, we have Streaky the Super Cat. Streaky was Supergirl's pet cat that was given superpowers by an unusual form of kryptonite. One day, Linda Lee was experimenting on a piece of green kryptonite in an attempt to find a way to neutralize its deadly effects. And when her experiment failed, she tossed the altered kryptonite out of the window. Unbeknownst to her, her chemical treatment changed it into a different type of kryptonite, later known as X-kryptonite. Later on, Midvale, Linda happened upon a stray cat attacked by a vicious dog, and Linda saved him, and the cat followed her all the way to Midvale Orphanage. Delighted, Linda wanted to adopt him. Miss Hart let her keep it, and Linda called her new pet cat Streaky, by two unusual yellow fur stripes zigzagging along his sides. And later that night, Streaky wandered over the nearby forest and happened upon the piece of kryptonite discarded by Linda and was exposed to its radiation. Due to a unique combination of chemicals in X-kryptonite, gave Streaky temporary superpowers. Streaky became Supergirl's helper and a member of the Legion of Super Pets. Linda took Streaky with her when she was finally adopted by the Danvers. Streaky continued being Supergirl's sidekick until a bizarre lab accident turned all kryptonite into iron, and gone his power source, Streaky became a normal cat again. Linda left him in charge of her parents in Midvale when she moved to San Francisco. Now, there was a cat that replaced Streaky, but there was a 30th century descendant of Streaky named Wizzy, who also had superpowers. And Wizzy first appeared in Action Comics 287 from 1962. So, the first appearance of Streaky the Super Cat is achievable. You're going to pay around about 30 to 70 for a solid copy. And the comic in question, from 1959, is Adventure Comics 261. That's your book, guys. The first appearance of Streaky the Super Cat from 1960. Pretty good to know. Up next, we have Comet the Super Horse. Comet the Super Horse is the pet horse belonging to Supergirl. He was a horse who had superpowers but did not hail from the planet Krypton. Comet telepathically told his origin to Supergirl. Born as Byron, a centaur in ancient Greece, the witch Circe gave him a potion to turn him into a fully human after he stopped an evil sorcerer poisoning her water, but instead it turned him into a full horse, and Circe was unable to reverse the curse, but instead gave him superpowers and made him immortal. The sorcerer trapped Byron on an asteroid in the constellation of Sagittarius. And when Supergirl's ship passed, it broke the mythical force field, which allowed him to escape. Comet met Supergirl and they became close friends. And whilst on a mission with Supergirl on another planet, he is given the opportunity to turn into a human, but only while a comet passes through the solar system. As a man, he adopted the identity of Bronco, Bill Star, a rodeo star, whom Supergirl fell in love with. What? And I've actually seen panels from that comic where the super horse is in love with Supergirl. It's just mind-blowing. But again, that comic is the same one as the first Legion of Super Pets, so you're getting bang for your buck with that one. And that is Adventure Comics 293 from 1962. The first comic, the Super Horse. So on top of that one, the next up in our lineup is Beppo the Super Monkey. Oh my days. Beppo, despite his resemblance to an Earth monkey, is from the planet Krypton, of course. He was originally a test animal used by Jor-El during the spaceflight development project to see if his son could survive space travel, and stowed away on board the craft that ultimately saved Superman from Krypton's destruction. Beppo turns up years after Superboy has been adopted by the Kents and initially causes Superboy much trouble with his superpowered mischief. Eventually, Superboy leads Beppo out into deep space and leaves him there so that he can't cause further trouble. Brilliant. Beppo later returns and encounters Supergirl, who introduced him to the Krypto the Superdog and Streaky the Supercat, and he went on to join the Legion of Super Pets. There's Beppo, look. Naughty old Beppo. Now Beppo first appeared in this comic. And this comic, again, is achievable. You're going to pay, I've seen it, I think, as low as 15. But it goes as high, for a higher solid grade, to about £60 mark. That's about $80. And this comic of Beppo is Superboy, issue 76 from 1959. And again, look at Beppo on that cover. Naughty as ever. Naughty Beppo. And the last big member we're going to talk about, of course, is Ace the Bat Hound. Ace the Bat Hound. Now, Ace was a German Shepherd originally, owned by an engraver named John Wilker. He was found by Batman and Robin after his master was kidnapped by a gang of counterfeiters, and Batman used Ace to locate Wilker. Because he had already placed a large number of lost dog announcements for Ace in his civilian identity of Bruce Wayne, he was concerned that anyone recognizing Ace, who had a prominent star-shaped marking on his forehead, might make the connection between Bruce Wayne and Batman. To forestall the problem, he hastily improvised a hood-like mask for the dog that incorporated the bat emblem as a dog tag, dangling from Ace's collar, and Ace was subsequently christened the Bat Hound by a criminal the dog helped Batman to apprehend. Walker later took a new job that made it difficult for him to take care of Ace, so he left the dog to Bruce Wayne. Walker was never aware that Ace the Bat Hound or that Bruce Wayne was Batman. An early case involved Ace tracking down a mentally unhinged ancient weapons expert who was using his own weapons to commit crimes. At one point, Ace acquired superpowers thanks to the Batmite, but this was short-lived. He did have his own training. For example, his specialized radio collar, when activated, told him to don his own mask via a hands-free device and track down Batman and Robin. Ace was used less and less over time and for various reasons, and when Bruce was overcome with night terrors, Robin suggested Ace sleep beside him. Ace disappeared from the Batman comics after Julius Schwartz took over as editor in 1964. His last appearance was a cameo in a story where Batman had lost his fighting spirit. Ace made only very occasional comic book appearances in the years afterwards. Now again, Ace was in the Krypto Superdog animated show. Teamed up pretty good together. And of course, Krypto is supposedly going to be in Titans Season 2. I think he was at the end of Season 1. So, the comic in question. This is old school and this is going to cost you some dollar. There's currently one up online for about £474, which is about $620. And the book is Batman, issue 92 from 1955. There it is. Pretty cool looking Ace the Bat Hound. That's it. That's the superhero, Legion of Superhero Pets. First appearance of the Legion of Superheroes, Adventure Comics 293. First appearance of Krypto the Superdog, Adventure Comics 210. First appearance of Streaky the Supercat, Adventure Comics 261. First appearance of Comet the Super Horse, Adventure Comics 293. First appearance of Beppo, that naughty monkey, Superboy 76 from 1959. And finally, the first appearance of Ace the Bat Hound from Batman 92 from 1955. I'm giving you a bit of a history there, guys, but some cool books to look out for. Like I said, I think you can get Streaky. I think you can get the first Legion of Superheroes. I think you can get the first Comet the Super Horse. And I think you can get the first Beppo the Super Monkey. Ace the Bat Hound and Krypto are going to be tough. I enjoyed making that. Retro and very funny at times. Take care, guys. That's Daz over and out. Bye for now.